get started. So Banjugu,
Hey,
can you just introduce yourself to everyone in the forum and
thanks for that
briefly tell us
opportunity.
who you are?
Hi everyone once again. This is Banjugu from Sierra Leone, the rock curling champion for waterfall.
All right, thank you. So take us to your journey so far, Banjugu. When did this all begin?
Can you come once more? The line is
Take us to this journey so far. Your journey of financial freedom. When did this all start?
well. Before I start to say anything, this afternoon, I would like to say thank you to Mary Beth and John Philippine and the entire waterfall for them to come up with this kind of opportunity together. It helps a lot, like changing people lives and people around the community. We are those who know the technique are living, they are benefiting, and we see that in life, the like to go out and just find money is like necessary anyway. But if you don't know how to spend it, even the money that you are looking for will put you into a kind of trouble that will endanger your life. So knowing how to find money and knowing how to use money is a kind of two different things, but someone's supposed to do both. So that helps me a lot.
Wow, thank you. So when did you actually start to do budgeting?
Well, I started my business few years back, and we we was doing some kind of projecting, but that one is like a kind of monetary something because they like not teaching us exactly what to do with our money as a business money. So along that line, most of our colleagues drop out because of problems and some other obstacles. But since I started this financial stewardship training with Mary Beth and John Philippine, I think our first site to meet was Uganda.
Yeah.
So automatically, when I came from the vehicle from the airport, John saw me and it was like, Banjugu, before you guys came, I was having a dream. So like I was doubting. I don't know who is John. I never met with John before. How John can have a dream for me? So I was like a little bit complicating, and then he explained to me what's a dream about me, and then I start to see how I can put things in practice and listening to them. But when I came back to Sierra Leone, I start to put all what they taught me, like the things are working. They have no time. Soon as you apply them, then automatically you can see results. So the first moment when I came to Sierra Leone, one of my friends came to me for the first money request and like, Jugu, I have a problem. My wife is in the hospital. I want you to help me. So I said, look, young man, we don't have a budget right now for that. So he was like, oh, man, you guys are from where right now? From America? I said, no, we are still in Sierra Leone. So when I start to put that in practice, I start to see improvement on my business. So one of the key things I put into consideration, like John John was telling us that you don't need to like take everything you have on your own because it is not yours. You are just a good steward for it. Everything belongs to God. So it is difficult to do because you can think like how I can do this one. This one I work and they pay me for it. I bought it myself. How can I give this thing to God like that? But it comes from the heart. As soon as you have the vision and you put it in your heart, then finally it will becomes to God and you will see that the difference of the particular something when it was yours, when you was thinking that it was yours, and the time when you hand over it to God, you can see great difference. Like you know so I put that first into practice, and I saw what came from that. Like I came out the other day and explained to my guys that this business that we are doing is not ours, it's from God. So we need to be careful how we are running it because we are just a steward for it. So I sat them down and explained to them exactly how we are working, what is the total amount of money we are making per project, all of us together as a team, and what is our salary, and then what is our profit after all the expense. So they realize that the profit is not too much that the business is making. So all of them come up with some other small ideas together, and when we put them together, the ideas are good. So we are running our business very simple. And for my wife at home, my personal life, you know,
Yeah.
me and my wife was together, but she was like from a Muslim background. We like fell in love in school days, but the father of my wife was not like in favor of me because I'm a Christian and they are like pure Muslims. So we was having a kind of tussle, you know. Every time I have to go and visit them, they will ask me when I will start to go to mosques. I will say, okay, I will start. When I start, I will let you guys know. But from the first day, Marybeth and John came to Sierra Leone and then start that financial stewardship class. That was the first day Zainab attended, and she was well convinced that the program was like a kind of good program. And when we come back home, she's the one that, keep asking me every day, what are we going to do to put all these things that we have learned in practice to see that they work? Because, those people came from America to come and teach us this only. So we have to put it into constitution. So I said, let's start to pray about it. So how can we pray, me and Zainab? She's a Muslim, pure Muslim, and I'm a Christian. I don't know how to pray nothing in Islam religion. So we start to pray the way I know how to pray. So finally today, she is a Christian
Wow.
and she's going to church every day, call people around in our house to come and do some, Bible, study in the evening, like a DMM, something like. So my wife, I'm happy because she is a pure Christian right now, just for that reason.
Wow.
Wow.
And so our personal life, it was like I was working, so we used to have money, but it was still difficult for us to take care of our family. It will come to a time wherein we can run out of fun. We will have money in our possession, but not in our hand. But so at times it's difficult for us to survive in those kind of conditions. So we come up with a budgeting, family budgeting that, you know, it's changed our life from the time we started it to now. We are seeing now progress. We was able to finish our house and then transfer. And now my wife is not asking me for food money because she know how to do everything that we need to do for the home.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Banjugu, thank you. So for me, I'm like a first hand to your testimony. I've been seeing, I'm a witness to your testimony, and hearing your testimony is very inspiring. And tell us, what impact has budgeting created to you, and your team and your family? Because I know personally you have a lot of things going on right now as a young man, and you don't only engage in drilling, but you also engage in other activity. So tell us, what impact has budgeting created for you?
So when we started our business before, it was a kind of like scattered something. So we was working, but by then people were not coming around like, we want you guys to assist us in doing this one, this one, this one. So because we are not well planned. But soon as after we receive this financial stewardship, and then we start to plan our business and start to do amazing things that people would admire. So right now, most of the people that are working around us in our community want to come and join us. in different kind of areas of operation. So yeah, when we started our budgeting, like, it was very difficult. It was very difficult because I was the only person that has a signature for the account, so I can just go and withdraw money whatever time I want, and come and do whatever thing I want to do with the money. But money was wasting by then, and I was just doing things like buying big motorbikes, having some road accident, take me to the hospital. I would be there for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and I came back, because I was having like a kind of money which is enough to do everything, so I can do everything I like to do by then, but it was very harmful. So when we started this proper budgeting, now you can see most of the business owners are coming around us to so that we can show them exactly what we are doing to have our business successful. And many people are coming around us for advice. Some are coming around to join us in doing whatever thing we are doing. So budgeting, like, is the key for any successful business. Without budgeting, I don't think you you can able to sustain, like, finding what you are eating every day with hard struggle. But without budgeting, I don't think someone can do anything with his or her business. So it is good for someone to know what is budgeting before starting a business, because it will be risks if you start a business you don't even know what is budgeting locally or educationally. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And you've said like every question I want to ask you already said them in one folder, and I love the way you say it. And
Yeah, I'm sorry
coming,
for that.
yeah,
I'm
no,
sorry
it's
for that,
nice.
Michael. I'm so excited.
I know you want to share to others, and you're like I said, coming to your home. What changes has this budgeting done to your home? Because you said your wife was a Muslim, and also she never knew about budgeting before, and being a Muslim coming in a Christian home trying to do budget is really difficult. So what changes has come really, and because before you mentioned that you guys were not in together, but all of a sudden due to this, now you guys are together. So tell us what impact has it created in your home?
So first of all, before, when I was working, I was having money before than how I do now. But you can see now the progress is greater than before. So
I like that.
yeah, my wife, we used to quarrel, like, I can say every day. Like, if she asks me for, like, we want some funds at home, we want to, go and do some shopping for Junior, I will start to say, no, we still have some clothes for Junior in his bag, so you don't need to do anything like that right now, because you know. And I don't like Zainab to even know, the total amount of money that I'm making, because I know, because, at times girls are very sensitive. Yeah, you will know if you are just lavishing. She will know if you are just lavishing the money or you are making good use. So I try hard so that Zainab can understand. First of all, I put her on and explain to her what is the total money that I am making per contract. And I explained to her that not always, at times, the business will not successful and we will run at loss. And she know exactly what is going on with me. So that makes life simple for me. Now she can spend, but she has a limit, because she know the total money that we are making monthly or daily or weekly. So that's one of the things that help us to come together right now. If you see Zainab, you will know that there is a great changes that is going on in her life.
Amazing. Thank you. Now your budgeting has made you to become more generous than before, and I can tell. I'm part of it. And uh, tell us what has really changed since you started budgeting. And before you said you used to give money, but what what is different
Okay, now,
giving money before and now?
now instead, people are coming around to beg money. They are coming around for advice,
Ah,
because they know that technically the advice that we are giving them helps them a lot when you put it
Wow.
into practice. You know.
I want to talk for
So
that. I want to. Sorry.
Okay.
hey,
Go on, Banjugu.
okay. Like now people are not coming around to ask for money physically, like they come around for advice. So before I will wake up like very early in the morning, like around 5. Not that is not the time for our work. That's not the work time, but I just have to do that because if I spend like more 2 hour added in my house, then before you can see a lot of people around my house coming for different things. Like, but soon as I start tell them about budgeting. Many people don't like to hear about that, but it can help a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So tell us, Banjugu, you have an very and I would love to hear this. Um, so tell us, are
Little
you
bit.
debt free? Is your business debt free?
It's your business.
Yeah. Yeah. For now, my business is a debt-free business. In fact, we have many people that has to pay our business right now. So before, our business was like having a lot of debts. We have to pay,
So
pay, pay at any time
you're a
when you come from
borrower.
the field. Yeah, yeah. We used to call it in our local language like dig hole and cover a hole.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
hole.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
dig a
right now
hole
we
to
are
cover
doing.
another hole.
Yeah, right now, we are fine because we can able to do things without borrowing money, and we have a lot of people that has to pay us in our business, and so I think that help us a lot in our life. Like I was explaining to my friend yesterday, like he was, Banjugu, we are seeing a different changes right now in your life. I said, yeah. I said I was like a little bit school. I was school for that. It was tough, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
tell us, what story inspired you, Banjugu, to do all this? The story from the really
You
inspired
know, I like to listening more than to talk. So when we started this training in Zambia, I mean in Uganda with John and Mary Beth, I was like paying great attention. I don't even want someone to ask me a question so that I cannot forget what they are trying to say. So I was like always sit at the back to listening to see how this thing can benefit me. So like everything of this particular topic, this financial stewardship, like if you put them into practice, I'm telling you, Michael, they will work. Obviously, no magic, they will work. So I will not proud of one story, but everything in this financial stewardship, down to some skits, they are educative skits. So everything is in place, man. I will not bias, like just
yeah,
tell you one story. Everything is good, man.
yeah. So it's like juju. Each story is a juju.
Yeah, man. It's a white man juju, white man juju.
It's the biblical juju. All right, all right.
Yeah.
So so Banjigo, yeah, like I said, I'm wrapping up, and we'll probably allow questions from. I know many people want to ask you some question, but lastly, what will you say to other person who started budgeting and then on the way stopped? What will you say to them?
Man, if someone starts budgeting and stop, then it is dangerous to hear because without budgeting in business, you can't make it. You can never make it. So I will encourage them maybe to continue, maybe to put more pressure on it more than before, and maybe also after this um world disease that is going on, maybe I would like for people to like request for more training for financial stewardship because it is good. It is good in any aspect of life. Yeah.
Thank you. So okay, thank you. So I will just go to Wema so she can look in the question box. If there's anything, she can pop it up and you can answer the questions. Wema?
Mm.
Yeah, sorry. There's only one question so far. So it's from Sylvester, and he asks, what has been your biggest challenge pertain to budgeting? If there was any, I'd like the way you stress on budgeting.
Um, um, can I answer now?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
The biggest challenge is like there is a one part that says you don't need to be giving money unnecessarily. It is harmful. It is not even good for you and the person that you are giving the money. So it's a big challenge. Like you have to like facing a kind of lot of pressure in the beginning, in the starting of it. There is no way you can balance that. But in fact, that's why John and Mary Philippine are around. Like used to call them and maybe message them and explain to them exactly what is going on. Like the first time when I come, the first week, you know, people start to say this guy is like, yeah, they have taken him to America to study about projecting. Now he's not even giving us. When you ask for money, he started to tell you about budgeting. So that was the biggest challenge with my family, with my friends, and other people. That's the only challenge I face. But soon as you get used to that, then you are free.
Mhm. I have a question following that. You said that when they got used to that, does that mean like they also adapted to your new way of life?
Then
Did they also
yeah,
start budgeting?
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
yeah. The pressure, some of them will give up. In fact, some of them will like meet you in the street, will just greet and maybe ask for some advice, and they will not ask for money anymore because they know that you cannot just give them like that. First of all, you need to know what they are going to do exactly with that money that you are going to give them. Excuses are plenty. So if you listen to excuses, then you will give always. You will give always. So, but when they get used to that, then you are fine.
But so I just want to ask a few questions about your team and what impact you've created in your team. And most of your guys are looking to you as a role model. Tell us, what do you normally do when you're around them, and what in creating the same impact you have in creating so that they can follow suit. What do you normally say to them when you're around your guys?
Yeah, when I received this training, I think one of them was one of um, the the participants in the second. I think it was the
Yeah, level
second.
two.
So
In level two, yeah.
yeah, level two. Yeah, yeah. So he's helping me greatly right now in talking to the other guys on how to spend because I tell them openly that if you guys misuse your money, the whole pressure will be on the business. And if the business has a pressure, then the business will collapse. What will happen if the business collapse? You know, many homes will go without food, and so we don't want that to be. So most of them are like, we have shut down operation for like 2 weeks now, but still, guys are living happy life, because they
Thank
to
you.
put that into practice. Yeah.
Yeah. So, do anyone have a question before I can turn the mic to Philippines?
Hello, Mike.
Yeah. Yes, Chris. Go on.
Uh, you want a typed question or a verbal one?
No, you can ask him. You can just ask him a direct question.
Yeah, because I was basically trying to type out, and then I just heard you firing a warning shot. Yeah, yeah. So first of all, afternoon to everyone, wherever you are. I know for some of you it's still morning. yeah. So I've been keenly following the testimony of Banjugu. In fact, after this, I will have to call him privately so that I can ask a few more questions. But the one thing that I want to find out from him is first and foremost, I mean, stock control, stock management is an integral part of budgeting. So in the past, the CEO and accountant and paymaster, everything was revolving around Banjugu. Okay, but after the training in financial stewardship, we now have a different Banjugu who has actually also taught his people how to go about things like budgeting and manage, controlling expenses and the like. But the question is, in every business, one of the challenges we face is stock management or stock control. Do you ever have situations where you run out of stock? You have a project, or you may not even have a project per se, but maybe you have customers who want to come and get certain things from yourselves, and then you just find that you are finding yourselves running out of stock. I would like to find out if you do have those problems, and if you do have them, to what extent are the problems still like they used to be in the past, or they are the same? Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that used to happen to me, but the level 2 training when John Philippine and Marybeth came to Sierra Leone, it was like teaching about you need to be taking inventory of what you are having at stock, even if it is a half bag of cement that remains for a certain project. Make sure you take an inventory of it, so that if you want to go and do another project, you start from there. So you
Okay.
should always have a starting. Yeah. So from then, when we put that into practice, I think we'll never run out of stock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So meaning at the moment, no stock control challenges.
Yeah, before we don't even want to know. We don't have a checklist of checking what we have or what we don't have. But right now we have everything in place. So we thank God for that.
And then finally, I'm very impressed to learn that the people that used to queue up for donations from Father Christmas, aka Banjugu, are no longer doing that. Now, some of them obviously it's because you have taught them and they have started applying your principles, or let me say the financial stewardship principles as taught to us by Waterfall. But then others, they are not coming. I'm sure it's because maybe they have just taken offense to say, this guy is just, it's just a mean neighbor. It's just a stingy neighbor. So would you be in a position to know how many of those enemies that you have met, who are more, the people that have appreciated you, or those that have actually wishing your downfall because you no longer donate to them the way you used to behave in the past?
Yeah, in fact, we I can remember one day we was having a confrontation from the family of my wife. Like, they sent to us because they are up country, we are living right by the city. So they sent us like, we want some money for so reason. So I said, like, we have run out of that budget. We don't have any budget right now, but I can discuss with Madam to see how we can squeeze out so that you guys can be maybe a little bit fine. So they was like, start to grumbling. What is this? This is not normal. I don't know what is going on with Banjugu. When they get used to it, monthly, what we are doing now, we have a monthly budget for them, and we are not spending more than that, because if there is no way you can make it in business if you are spending more than what you are earning. So you just have to find all ways and means for you to fix up in what you are working, so that your expenditure will never high than your earning. So,
Wow.
So,
No, thanks a lot for those feedbacks, Banjugu.
okay, so thank you. Please, for those of right. Okay. So yeah. So John and Mary, you guys are on.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Oh my
Banjugu.
gosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love when you started, you said knowing to find money and knowing how to use money are two different things. May I use that in our financial stewardship workshops? Can I quote you? That was wonderful. Yeah,
My favorite was that the people went from begging you for money to asking for advice.
right.
Like, wow. I mean, that's just huge.
And that's what you said is so much of what we hope, that you are
Yeah.
really becoming a nation changer.
Yeah, you
And,
really are.
yeah, I think we have a lot of nation changers listening to you today also.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the transformation in your wife and just seeing that she's leading Discovery Bible studies in the home now. Like, wow, that's so
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah. Thank
Oh,
you for being transparent.
yes, for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Banjugu, because you can't talk about what good things God is doing in your life unless you're transparent about what your life used to be like,
Yeah.
and you've certainly done that. And it was a pleasure to listen to this. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
good job
Yeah, John.
interviewing, Michael.
Yeah, Michael,
Yeah,
fantastic.
great job, great job. So we're going to put this on a recording, and it'll be posted on the financial WhatsApp group. So Banjugu, next time somebody asks you for money, you can say, "I want you to listen to this half-hour recording first." So, and they'll think, "Oh, this man really has been to America."
Oh.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we said we were going to try to honor the time and keep it short today for the recording. So we'll pray and close, but then we can stay on for a few minutes. Anybody that can and wants some more questions.
Yeah, so we're going to end the recording now. It's a great idea, honey.
Okay, so stopping
Okay.
the recording.
Sound good.